Today I'll be testing a viral TikTok makeup hack. Is anybody here on TikTok? I read a stat recently that there's 40 million people a day that go on TikTok. That's insane. Whenever I go on TikTok, I feel so old and out of loop. I don't get a lot of the stuff that I watch on there. But today's makeup hack, I've seen this hack before, something super similar on YouTube years ago from professional makeup artists. So basically it's how to prep your skin to get the most flawless base, to get beautiful finish for your foundation, and this hack is good for oily skin. I have normal to balanced skin, sometimes combination, sometimes oily, sometimes dry. It's somewhat balanced right now, which is a great thing. So basically first, you're going to moisturize your face. Second, you're going to use a setting powder, a translucent setting powder over your moisturizer. Third, you're going to use or set the setting powder with a makeup setting spray, wait for that to dry, and then fourth, you're going to go in with a primer of your choice. And then you're gonna go in with your foundation or your base makeup. I have never tested this hack out before, so I thought I would do that half side with just the regular way that I usually do it or have been doing it for the past month, couple of months, past weeks. And then the other side of the on the other side of the face, I'll do the viral makeup hack. Let's do it. For moisturizer of choice, I'll be using Tatcha water gel. I'm gonna use 1 pump per side because the pumps are not too big. On my left side, this is going to be the side that I'm just gonna do how I've been doing my makeup, my base makeup. And then the right side, that's where I'm going to do the makeup hack. Probably should take my earrings out for this, honestly. Let's do that. I'm gonna kind of let this set, and then we're gonna go in with our loose translucent powder, and I'll be using Laura Mercier just because I like this powder. It's lightweight. It feels good on my skin, so this is kind of what I'm choosing to use. And let me get like a big fluffy brush. I picked up powder, but we're gonna basically work it into the sponge because I don't want too much either. Like I said, we're going on the right side, and I'm just basically going to pat this into the skin. You can see it's getting rid of that shine. Okay, you can really see a difference now. Next is setting spray. This one is Doll 10, and this is their Skin Reviving Setting Mist. And I'm just gonna use this because it's sitting right here at my table, and I have a little bit left to go, so I just wanna use it up. Now I'm just going to do the right side of my face. And really let this dry. I don't know if I did too much or too little. Really let this dry. Next, I'm gonna go in with primer. This is by Laura Mercier, their Pure Canvas Primer Perfecting. They're Perfecting Pure Canvas Primer. And this one is just a good all-around primer. It kind of targets, I feel like, a little bit of everything. All right, we're good to go. And next, foundation. I'll be using a foundation that I know how it performs throughout the day, the way I like to wear it, and I don't like to wear primer underneath this foundation. I just go straight onto my moisturizer. So I'm gonna go wet my sponge, and I do like to apply it with a dampened beauty blender, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna do my left side first, just because, and I'm just doing 1 pump per side, because I do usually take 2 pumps of this foundation. All right, do 1 pump on the other side now. What's going on here? There we go. It's applying very similarly to the skin, but I'm really curious to see how the texture looks up close since the mirror is kind of far away from me right now. All right, let me quickly look before adding more coverage. Honestly, they look very similar. So far, I don't really see a huge difference. I'm curious how it's going to wear because both sides are very glowy, very dewy, but then again, that's the foundation. I'm just wondering if maybe I used a little bit too much setting mist, and maybe if I didn't use enough of the setting powder before the setting mist. But interesting, I mean, the texture is very similar. I feel like my pores look better on my left side with just the moisturizer and the foundation. And I definitely feel like I look a lot more glowy on the right side in comparison to the left. Like you can see the cheeks is just a lot more glowy. All right, so what I'm noticing in certain spots where there's a little bit more crevices, there's a little bit more texture, it's not a smooth surface, you have to kind of work the foundation and the products a little bit more into the skin. For example, right here, right where the nostrils are, I mean, it's always, you have to like really, I feel like I really have to work my foundation and products into the nose a lot more than let's say in my cheeks because it's more smooth, it's more even. So right here, I'm noticing that it's starting to pill and it's starting to come off a lot easier and it's looking disgusting. So I'm gonna have to like take that off. But on my left side, it looks very flawless. It's very even. The foundation is kind of you can't even see the foundation on the nose. It's just very flawless because it's not having to cling onto anything else besides the moisturizer. So right here, that's definitely the loose setting powder along with the setting spray and the primer. It's starting to pill and create weird things on my face. So I'm just going to clean that off. Well, actually I have to use my finger now to kind of scrape it off, literally. That's disgusting. So I'm curious how this is going to work throughout the day. But the rest of the face looks good. Where it's more of an even surface, it looks great. I do see quite a transition on my forehead where it's looking a little bit powdery and it's looking a little bit more product on my face in comparison to the left side where it's just the moisturizer foundation, and then the right side with the rest of the stuff, it's kind of, I really had to kind of sit here and make sure the transition is blended. I just want to touch both sides. Yeah, the right side definitely has a tackier feel to it just because it does have so much product on there, or a lot more product on there. All right, let me do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Makeup is on and I honestly think I look pretty even. I still feel like I look a lot more glowy on my right side with all the products on, which is fascinating. But I do like the texture of my skin a little bit better on my left side with just the moisturizer and foundation, just because there's not as many layers, you know what I mean? Like there's not as much going on. And right here where I added that powder with the primer and the setting spray, ooh, when you look up close, it looks bad. Like you can really see a lot of texture on my face. It's starting to break apart like right in here, this transition, right around the nose, around this area where there's texture and where the skin is not even, and where there's wrinkles, it's not looking good whatsoever. I didn't powder as much underneath the eyes. I kind of wish I did. I just want to see what it would look like, but I didn't powder as much. So under the eyes, they both look very even, very similar. The cheeks look very similar, very even, but just like those little areas where there's texture, where there's wrinkles, where there's fine lines, where you move your face a lot, like in crevices, it just starts to break apart and you can really see the product just sitting on the skin. But I am going to do a wear test and see how well this wears, see what's going to happen. Maybe it's just going to sink into the skin, and I'm not going to powder the right side. This is just, I'm just gonna do this hack and see how it's going to wear throughout the day. So yeah, I'll do the first check-in in several hours. Let's do the first update. I'm sitting literally right in front of a window to see what the makeup looks like in natural lighting. And I really want to show you guys the texture of the skin as well. I also did my hair after I filmed the makeup video. But let's quickly look up close. This is just a good side-by-side comparison. I honestly feel like the right side, I keep saying that's with the makeup hack. It looks very shiny, and it looks more shiny and dewy and oilier than the left side. Like I feel like the left side you can see where my highlight is, but like right here it's not super shiny. Like right here I feel like it's just, everything is just shiny. Even on the forehead, it's glowing on my left side, but then bam, I feel like it's very glowy on my right side. From far away, both sides look very good. I like this side better with moisturizer and foundation. What do we think? Which side looks better? Doing the last and final update or check-in for the viral TikTok makeup hack. And honestly, it's not great. I mean, yeah, it's not great. Like, I'm not a fan. I feel like it made my face extra oilier throughout the day, and I think it's definitely the powder that I first put on my face. It's not very even. I feel like it's a lot more shinier in areas in comparison to my left side. Yes, I'm definitely looking a little bit shiny, but I feel like my left side, it's more consistent, it's more even, and then on my right side, it's just kind of, the makeup is breaking apart, it's not wearing well. If you do this kind of makeup technique, I know a lot of makeup artists talk about it. People have talked about it on YouTube well before TikTok, but I feel like TikTok, you know what I mean, is just so explosive and a lot of younger people, the younger generation, making this go viral. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys think of this hack. If you have super oily skin, does this work for you? If you have balanced skin, does it work for you? And dry skin, does it work for you? Or does it make your skin extra dry and just asking for some kind of hydration? But for now, guys, thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye.